Had numerous injuries this season, and today they're without their top scorer Louis Sahab, who hurt a hamstring at the Stadium of Light. Yakubu comes in for only his third start in the Premier League since recovering from an Achilles complaint. Tim Cahill is a goal short of his half-century for Everton. Burnley defeated Everton 1-0 at Turf Moor in August, but they've gone 8 games without a win, and they've taken just 1 point from their 9 away fixtures. Manager Owen Coyle was satisfied enough with Saturday's home 1-1 draw with Bolton to name an unchanged team, in part because first-choice centre-halves Clark Carlisle and Stephen Colwell are recovering from injury. On loan, David Nugent, a lifelong Everton supporter, plays at Goodison Park for the first time. The second game in 3 days for both Everton and Burnley. There's not much of a gap between the 10 teams currently filling the bottom half of the Premier League table. Sunderland 10th on 22 points, Burnley have 20, Everton 19, and 19 points, only 2 more than Bolton and Hull, who joined Portsmouth in the relegation places. Real festive feel here at Goodison Park. Burnley, who drew 1-1 at home with their northwest rivals Bolton Wanderers on Saturday. Everton, who are in the northeast, who also drew 1-1 at Sunderland. An equalising goal late on by Fellaini, who's on the ball at the moment. Here's Pina. Now Cahill. Pina again, looking to get Yakubu away. Closely watched by BK. Almost a presentable chance here for Everton. And the ball is scuffed eventually into the arms of Jensen as he came away there from Leon Osman. But a good approach and a good start for Everton, Barry Hall.
Yeah, they've started quickly as they so often do. Lovely ball from Pina and a good pull back from Yakubu, slightly behind Osman. Look at Cahill arriving just near the penalty spot there, arms outstretched as if to say Osman should have just rolled it back to him. Obviously difficult under those circumstances for Osman, but a good start for the home team.
And by Wade Elliott. Here's Tyrone Mears, now Alexander looking for Fletcher, who's able to turn. On again by Eagles. McDonald finding Elliott. 3 to pick out inside the Everton penalty area. Mears again. Elliott confronted by Baines.
It's going to be a good contest, that, Tony, down Burnley's right. Everton has Pina and Baines, both players in great form, up against Mears and Elliott, who was absolutely superb against Bolton. Elliott played wide on the right as he is doing here. I'm surprised Owen Coyle, his team does go for it, but he stuck a 4-4-2. I thought he might have reverted back to a 4-5-1, which he's used for much of the season, especially away from home.
Here's Nugent.
But he's gone for it, he's been bold. Nugent and Fletcher have started as out-and-out strikers as they played against Bolton on Saturday.
Owen Coyle was making the point that Burnley needed to be positive. They needed to play with flair, even away from home, where they have struggled this season. Mears with a throw. On again by Elliott. Mears getting away from Pina. Helped away by Fellaini. Here's Osman now for Everton.
Well, there's that combination down Burnley's right. Mears and Elliott combining once again to get the ball into the box. Terrific athlete Mears, he will get up and down for the duration of this game.
Tyrone Mears in his first season with Burnley. Spent much of last season on loan to Marseille from Derby County. Made only 4 appearances, however, but he's one of Burnley's ever-presence this season. 6 of this team have started all 18 Premier League games. Alexander, Elliott, Jensen the goalkeeper, Jordan, Mears, and also Fletcher, who's playing up front here alongside the on-loan David Nugent. Yakubu trying to get away from BK yet again.
Well, he did well initially there, Yakubu, to hold off BK, and then he wasted what was a great opportunity to put Tony Hibbert into a crossing position. There's another match up there that's going to be interesting to watch, BK and Yakubu.
Here's Osman for Everton. Looking for Hibbert. Hibbert's done brilliantly. Now Yakubu! Shot was deflected against Michael Duff. Everton are appealing for a penalty, but Howard Webb was close enough to get a good look at that.
He was, yeah, great position from the keeper. Wonderful play from Osman and Hibbert to put Yakubu in. And then it was a big shout for handball, wasn't it? Not just from the fans, the players as well.
First corner then to Everton, taken by Baines. Fellaini's up, and Fellaini has won the header. Out jumped up then.
It's another good start from Everton. Started brilliantly against Birmingham. Here's the incident. Great first touch from Hibbert. Picks out Yakubu brilliantly. And he does well to get his shot off. Well, for me, it would be possible there for Howard Webb to give a penalty there, more than possible.
Moyes, who in March next year will be celebrating 8 years with Everton.
What a fantastic 8 years it's been as well for David Moyes and Bill Kenwright in the club. All indicators would suggest a steady improvement over that time. He's done a wonderful job.
Gradual improvement over the years for Everton with David Moyes in charge, but struggling just at the moment, and struggling here as Neil there tried to ease the ball back towards his goalkeeper Howard, and Nugent was in like a flash.
Huge mistake from the defender. Very casual, and that is an international striker, don't forget, Nugent. That is a more than presentable opportunity. He's read it, as all good strikers would do. He's got a good contact on it, he's just missed the target. That's a chance.
Here's Yakubu. Yakubu's so strong. Challenge there by Duff. Yeah. Everton asking again for a penalty. Again, they're not going to get one.
Referee couldn't have been in a better position once again. But he's proven himself to be a handful, Yakubu, isn't he? They've not dealt with him particularly well up to now. He's got goal side there, and there's just two big men coming together. You couldn't give a penalty for that, in all fairness.
Here's Hibbert. Crosses deep, and it's too deep for Yakubu.
Fantastic play again. Starts on the left-hand side, work through midfield, and Billy Lettinov, terrific awareness and vision to play that reverse pass. And Hibbert, well, for me there, he should drive in and really commit defenders and get to the byline. He's gone for the early cross, didn't quite get it right, did he? But Everton on top, opening up the Burnley defence at will at the moment. And David Moyes will be concerned slightly that they haven't gone in front, because against Birmingham last time out here they did exactly the same and didn't really make it count.
Baines. And towards Cahill. Billy Lettinov. Might come to Osman.
Fantastic play again. As I was just saying, almost at will. Getting opportunities on goal. I wonder if Tim Cahill has actually left this goal. Has he had a shout here? Or was there a little nudge from behind him from Jordan just to put him off? He might not have reached it anyway. But great play, and in the end of it all, it's another chance. Leon Osman's normally so accurate in that position.
Leon Osman returned for that 1-1 draw here against Birmingham City. Osman's had the best part of 2 months on the sidelines. Here's Fletcher, holding up Heitinga. Fletcher's shot! Brilliantly saved by Howard. And Howard on his toes again. The first real chance that Burnley have had. And it was a terrific effort by Fletcher. It was an excellent save too by Tim Howard.
Fantastic football from Fletcher. Just held Heitinga off brilliantly. Heitinga possibly making it a bit easy for the striker with his early jump. But from there on in, brilliant play. Good touch, good turn, great strike. And Howard called into action.
It's ironic, isn't it, that despite all their possession, that's probably the best chance that we've seen so far, and it's gone to the visitors. In by Yakubu. Helped away first by McDonald, and then Mears. Nugent really strong. Fletcher isn't marked if Eagles can find him. Now the gap has closed up. Elliott. On again by Mears. McDonald has picked out Eagles. Elliott's shot, and Howard has stretched again. Two really good opportunities in quick succession now for Burnley.
That was going wide, I think. I think Howard wasn't sure, but I'm sure it was going wide. But that's irrelevant. The build-up play, absolutely terrific. Both teams really giving it their all and trying to play football. Great start to this game.
Eagles waiting for BK to make his move, and BK's there. His shot was struck against him, but terrific volley by BK, and now suddenly it's all Burnley.
Was that on target? If it was, terrific strike on the turn from the centre-back.
Eagles taking on Pina. McDonald. Now Nugent. It's come out to Alexander. Comfortable this time for Howard.
Well, he can strike a good ball, Graham Alexander. He's gone for placement now. He's tried to curl it into the top corner. Might have been better going for pure power.
They'll let me off tripped. A moment's respite now for Everton.
Well, it's the crowd that's in need of respite. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Chances and shots on goal at both ends of the pitch.
In by Baines. Yakubu's there! Oh, it's come back off the post! Magnificent delivery then from Baines, and a lovely touch by Yakubu.
Spoke about Leighton Baines' form, and that is classic Leighton Baines. Brilliant ball, curled in behind the defence, and you'd have your house on Yakubu just to fade that one into the near post. Normally such a fantastic finisher. It's not a bad effort, is it? But not quite good enough. Brilliant football.
In by Baines, Jensen gathers. The ball had gone out of play before it came back into play, but
knew exactly what he was doing there, Yakubu. The pace was on the ball, all he had to do was steer it into the near post, and he's just got the slightest bit too much on it.
Caught by Jordan.
That's a poor challenge. That is a poor challenge. It's a heavy one, it's late. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Howard Webb takes a firm line on that one. Can be impetuous, Jordan, and here you see Villanova just gets the touch. Okay, nothing malicious, but certainly it looked like it was an obvious foul, wasn't it?
7 Premier League games without a win for Everton. They've won just one of their last 12. Last success was away from home. It was at West Ham at the start of November. Mears' challenge. Everton's free kick.
Unlucky there, Mears, I think. Just went in strongly with Pina. I didn't see anything wrong with that challenge. Well, the referee's viewed it as barged into him, obviously.
Lighting up looks for Cahill. Led by BK, only as far as Billy Letnioff.
It's a poor touch. And it's a waste of a good opportunity. It's another poor touch.
Howard had to get that right. McDonald.
Great press from Tim Cahill. Playing slightly more advanced role than he has done in recent weeks. Fellaini becoming the more orthodox midfielder of the two.
David Moyes was paying tribute to Fellaini's ability only at the weekend. Oh, it's a chance for Billy Letnioff. Denied there. Jensen there to make the save to keep out that effort. Everton beginning to press. In by Baines, and Jensen this time holds on.
Well, that's the best opportunity of the game. Another fantastic bit of approach play. Great work from Pina. Gets a break there, but with his left foot, you expect him to score there. Give the keeper credit. He's come out. He's got his angles right, but the finish isn't good enough. And we saw him score from a similar position against Birmingham, where he absolutely rattled it in. And there, he just hasn't got his finish right. Too near to Jensen, giving him the opportunity to get down and save it. Best chance of the game so far.
Billy Letnioff in the clear, and Jensen making the save. Some anxiety for Owen Coyle and Burnley again.
There'll be anxiety. Sorry, Tony, but there'll be anxiety. So David Moyes will be anxious as well because, you know, Everton have had a fantastic start to the game, or a fantastic first half. Yet they haven't got that goal. And as you've said, you know, Burnley are looking threatening when they get the opportunity at the other end. So you're a bit worried, David Moyes, that he hasn't seen any of these chances converted.
In by Osman, steered away by BK, but only as far as Pina. Now Baines.
Wonderful awareness by Pina in the midst of all that again, just to hook that ball over his shoulder, instinctively knowing where Baines is going to be.
Heitinger. On by Yakubu, that's a brilliant flick to pick out Baines, who's offside.
Late flag. As Baines collected that, I looked over and the flag wasn't up. I think he was offside. Yakubu touches it. The faintest of touches means that he is offside. And look, there's the flag after a couple of touches.
Fletcher with Baines. Run back here by Fletcher, looking for Nugent. Denied there by Neil.
Good play in midfield, McDonald I think it was. Winning the ball from flying, just caught on the ball. Here, taking too long to poor touch initially. And he gets dispossessed here. The combination of Fletcher and the through ball is brilliant, but Neil reads it. And he's got the strength and pace to hold Nugent off. Good defending.
Hasn't got a like him. Neil is in his first season with Everton. Pina. Now Fellaini. Osman to pick out Baines. Yakubu really strong. Plenty of power in the shot. Pina felt that he was given a nudge then, but Howard Webb played the advantage, and he's just making that point now to Stephen Pina.
Good refereeing, because at the end of it all, it opened up for Yakubu. It's another positive run from the striker. We've seen some good carrying of the ball today. And the shot, again, doesn't match the build-up, does it? Not even on target.
It's been a real struggle for Yakubu to get back to full fitness after the Achilles, which he ruptured at Tottenham in November of last year. Actually featured for Everton in one of their Europa League qualifying games back in August, but has been nursed back. Eagles with the shot, which is straight at Howard.
Well, despite the dominance of Everton, I suspect the stats will show that Burnley have had more shots on target. Here's another one. It's not a problem for Howard.
Won cleanly by McDonald.
I think the referee might once again be right. I think Osman could possibly have stayed up there and played for the free kick.
Here's Elliott. Now Eagles. Nugent. Heitinger did enough. McDonald. Now it's Burnley's turn to apply a little bit of pressure. It's come through to Nugent.
Great play, Heitinger. Absolutely fantastic defending. Everton all at sea for a few seconds there. Got themselves into all sorts of problems with the ricochet. This is after Nugent's initial shot, and there's the mistake. Well, it's not a mistake, it's just a combination of two players getting themselves away, and Heitinger does brilliantly to see that back to his goalkeeper.
John Heitinger, who joined Everton after a year with Atletico Madrid in Spain's La Liga. Player of the year in the Netherlands in his last season with Ajax of Amsterdam, when he also went to the European Championships with the Dutch. Osman the first to react. Excellent work by Osman, helped on again by Cahill. Here's Hibbert, Yakubu's there, so too Duff.
Well, I keep saying it, what a feast of attacking football this is. Liam Osman's footwork there, magnificent. You wouldn't think he's still really on the recovery after a long layoff. I think this is his third game back. Brilliant play.
Third start in the Premier League for Yakubu.
Yeah, and Yakubu there maybe just showing signs of rustiness. He's got to get across the front man to get onto that cross from Hibbert there. Just a little slow to react to the ball coming in, possibly.
Heiting. Letny-off. Now Cahill getting away from BK. Yakubu waits. And neither he nor Pina can make proper contact.
Okay, the cross at the end of it all, just a little overhit, but what about the skill again from Billy Letny-off? Just almost playing blind that ball into Tim Cahill, and it's just ever so slightly too long for Yakubu, too short for Pina. And there's only seconds ago we had this at the other end. Nugent had one shot already which was blocked. Everton didn't clear it, and Heitinger has had to really strain every sinew to get something on that ball to keep Nugent out again.
Eagles managed to wriggle away from Billy Letny-off, but not Osman. Cahill looking for alternatives. One is provided now by Baines. Neil. Hibbert finds Yakubu. Lucky break there for Everton. Ball spinning out to Billy Letny-off and then to Hibbert. Baines. Now Pina. Out by BK. Helped on again by Fletcher. Here's Nugent. McDonald. Pina with the interception. Fellaini. Cahill onside. Fellaini has continued his move into the penalty area, and Fellaini's there with a header, but he's challenged by Duff, and that will be a corner kick to Everton.
Good defending from Duff. And I thought earlier in that move, Fellaini just delayed his pass a second too long. I think he could have played Cahill inside Jordan as opposed to outside of him. But still, good pressing from Everton, good pressure, lots of balls into the box. Surely something's got to give.
Final minute of the first half then. Has been an excellent first half here at Goodison Park. Yakubu inside the 6-yard area, joined by Billy Letny-off. Fisted away by Jensen. Here's Osman. Baines. Check on Alexander and Fletcher then, and Everton have to settle for the throw. Billy Letny-off. Away from Fletcher. And finding Osman. Here's Heitinger. Heitinger's shot, which he couldn't keep down.
Thought about the first time effort, didn't he? Which would have been difficult, but might just have caught Jensen off guard.
1 minute added on time.
Here, it's a lovely ball from Osman again. I thought he might have taken it first time, but he's got time, he takes a touch. Doesn't get the shot right. That's been the story of the half, really. Final ball, final pass, final finish, been lacking for Everton.
Just the one extra minute at the end of the first half. Johnny Heitinger, who still awaits his first goal for Everton. Everton who've drawn their last 4 games in the Premier League. Home draws against Birmingham and Tottenham. 3-3 draw at Chelsea, a 1-1 draw at Sunderland on Saturday. Elliot careless. There has been a terrific first half at Goodison Park. Yakubu, who clipped a post for Everton, only the 3rd time that he has started in the Premier League this season. Everton minus Louis Sahar, who's got 10 of their 24 goals in the Premier League. Mike Duff in discussion with Howard Webb. Duff involved in a couple of incidents when Everton felt that they perhaps should have had a penalty kick, but Burnley have done their bit as well. They've certainly stretched Tim Howard. Excellent effort by Stephen Fletcher. Perhaps the best of their opportunities at Goodison Park at half-time. It is Everton 0, Burnley 0. Everton get the second half underway then, perhaps reflecting on the chances that they had in that opening 45 minutes. Burnley also with good opportunities. Tim Howard making a couple of excellent saves, particularly the one from Stephen Fletcher. It's Fletcher here who's trying to get Burnley away at the start of the second half. Nugent is ahead of him, joined now by Eagles. Alexander. Now Mears. Here's Elliott. Nightingale stretched. Burnley have a corner.
Had to deal with it. Fantastic start from Burnley. Typically the first half, really great football on this occasion. Elliott's released. That's a decent ball into the heart of the Everton defence.
Duff is making his way forward. McDonald poised on the edge of the penalty area. BK again has made a late run into the 6-yard area, and the ball has gone out of play and come back into play, just as it did for Everton in the first half. Letnioff. Held up here by Jordan.
Crowded out. Trying to get that ball onto his favoured left foot, just took too long over it.
Eagles has been taken into a tight corner, but he's got away from Hibbert. McDonald! Well, it might have just taken a touch off Nugent. McDonald is asking for a corner kick, feeling that it came off a blue shirt. It was a magnificent run by Eagles, and he seemed to be taken wide there by both Fellaini and Hibbert, but he managed to make something of it.
Yeah, it came from Billy Letnov, just hanging on to it too long. And then that's too easy. You know, Fellaini just too easy to allow Eagles just to skip inside there. And McDonald can hit him. He's done well there to duck across Hibbert. Hibbert knows Fellaini's on cover, so he doesn't need to give the foul away. But then that's too easy, and that's another presentable opportunity.
Yakubu challenged there by BK. Everton have the free kick.
This could be a booking. He was penalised 4 or 5 times, I think, in the first half. BK, yeah, the card's out, and that's not for that particular one foul. I think that's for the accumulation. Remember, in the first half, Howard Webb did have a word with him, and again, Yakubu's just got the better of him. Oh, and he goes down easily. But if it's a foul, and the referee's just looking at the totting up, really. It's a dangerous position.
Everton with so many alternatives available here. It could be the subtle left foot of Baines, the right foot curler from Pina, or the blast from Heitinga.
It was a very similar position on the other side, granted. That Bolton scored from. Taylor just curled it into Jensen's near post. I thought the keeper was suspect on that particular occasion. Let's see where he stands today. Does he stand nearer to his near post than he did then? Yes, certainly he is.
Jensen beaten by a free kick when Burnley drew it home to Bolton Wanderers on Saturday, scored by Matty Taylor. It's Heitinga! Jensen gathers.
He's gone for pace, pure pace, and somehow it's skipped through the wall. Fortunately for Jensen, straight at him, and he's gathered it well. Goes under the jump there, doesn't it, on the end of the wall. Really, he could have gone for the far post there, such as the position of the wall.
Heitinga watchful at the back as well for Everton. Elliott's cross, Fletcher is under it, so too Hibbert. Out of Hibbert's shins,
Clever play from Eagles there. Would have been difficult for him to get that ball under control and avoid the tackle of Hibbert, so he just played it against him.
BK and Duff have both made their way forward. Fletcher's there. And again by Elliott. Now Nugent! Back off the post, and the flag has stayed down. What a brilliant opportunity for Burnley and for the Everton supporter, David Nugent.
Strong appeals for offside. I think there's a man on this near post. Is it Tony Hibbert that's just a little bit slow coming out? Possibly not. It was close, but great first touch, and Tim Howard just looks across to see the ball skim off the post. Great first touch, knows where the goal is. That's unlucky from Nugent, but it's another chance that's gone begging. Close decision on the offside.
There's a problem as well for Tim Cahill. It's a rueful shake of the head from the Everton skipper. Is he going to be added to this long injury list which David Moyes' team have?
He looks in trouble there, doesn't he? He looks as if he's resigned to coming off. That's a very quick decision. Just trying to see where he's on. Is it his left ankle? Hopefully it's not his left foot, because he's had metatarsal problems in the past.
Goodison exercise. Commence Operation Goodison exercise.
Tim Cahill's got 49 goals for Everton, and Elliott appeared to be late there on Baines.
He was late. I think the referee, again, waiting for an advantage to develop. The linesman definite about that, calling the referee's attention over. It's all happening at the moment.
The yellow card is produced for Wade Elliott. Everton eager to make their first substitution. Philip Neville has only just returned from injury, set to come on. Here's the challenge again, Barry.
Yeah, he was late, and it's almost as if he's, you know, wanting to let him know that he's there. He's not gone with his studs, but he certainly deliberately made contact there. Good decision again for the referee.
Number 18, Phil Neville.
The stadium announcer has just said it. Welcome back, Phil Neville. Just 1 day's training he's had. He was on the bench at the Stadium of Light at the weekend. First time that he has featured since he was hurt in a 2 undefeated Fulham back in September. He's had surgery as well since then.
Well,
surgery on a knee injury.
It's been or it is being the story of the year for David Moyes and his team, as he gets one player back, he loses another, and it's a desperately sad sight to see Tim Cahill making that long limp off down the far side round the corner flag.
Elliott losing out to Osman. Still an excellent tempo to this game. Cracking atmosphere at Goodison Park. Cracking entertainment as well. Both teams have been adventurous. Now Jordan here could be in a bit of trouble because he's already been yellow carded.
Well, normally that is a yellow. It is a yellow. Great consistency from the referee.
And 2 yellows equals a red. Burnley reduced to 10 men. Stephen Jordan dismissed.
That's silly from Jordan. He knows he's been booked, and he also knows that these days such a blatant pull to bring an opponent back is the yellow card. He'll have no complaints, Owen Cole, other than what the player's done. He can't complain that what the referee's given there. He had to do that.
Stephen Jordan dismissed, one of Burnley's ever-presents this season. He will miss the FA Cup tie this coming weekend. He was sent off in the Championship last season as well. Owen Coyle has a moment to shape his options yet again. David Moyes is relishing the chance maybe now to attack Burnley again. Burnley reduced to 10.
I'd imagine Alexander will go to full-back and Fletcher midfield for the time being.
Driven in by Baines, looking for Fellaini. Couldn't quite get it back towards Yakubu then.
Good reach from Fellaini, good effort just to get that on target. Decent ball, it's behind him, he's jumping backwards, and he's just trying to turn that back into danger. If he just got a little bit more on it, Yakubu was in there waiting to pounce.
Here's Yakubu! Oh, what a brilliant save by Jensen. That was a magnificent recovery by the Burnley goalkeeper. Chance from nothing for Everton, but Jensen was on his toes, and Everton have been kept out again.
Never mind the save. What about the attempted finish? Yakubu there knew exactly what he was doing. Knew where Jensen was, knew where the goal was, reacted in a flash to that rebounded ball from Fellaini. A terrific attempt. And then it just bounces off the turn back of Fellaini, and he's onto it. So is Jensen. What an athletic save from the big man. Great football again. possibly just hitting the bar, was it?
Operation
Maybe,
Goodison
but
exercise.
nevertheless, he didn't know
All
that.
clear. Operation Goodison exercise. Thank you.
Eagles taking on Hibbert. Tenacious work by Eagles. Second game in 3 days for both these teams, and Burnley know that they've got to really dig deep now, haven't they? Reduced to 10 men. Stephen Jordan having been sent off. Entire allocation of tickets that Burnley took for this game were taken up. They've really enjoyed their first ever season in the Premier League.
When you go to Burnley, it's reminiscent really of West Brom and Stoke and grounds like that, where the fans just seem to relish the opportunity to see Premier League football, to get behind the team. They make a great noise and they travel well. And the players, you have to say, with their efforts today, were repaying that handball. You wouldn't know that these players had a game, what, two days ago. The effort they've put in today has been magnificent.
Kick off just the one change as well, with Sahar having picked up that hamstring injury and Yakubu having been brought in by Everton.
Well, this is a game that Everton now feel surely they must win. With difficult games coming up, as you spoke about, and a lowly league position by their standards. This now presents a great opportunity to put 3 points on the board, but don't write Burnley off. They've never been out of this game at any point in the match.
Yakubu, now Pina. Miscue clearance by Jensen. Hibbert. Neville's cross charged down by McDonald. Here's Alexander. Now McDonald. Fletcher getting in between both Neil and Heitinger. Elliott has continued his run into the penalty area. Oh, was it a handball there? Alexander certainly thought so.
Well,
big shout for a handball against Lucas Neil.
If that was a handball, the one in the first half certainly was. Lucas Neil's gone to block that ball. I'm sure you'll see he puts his hands, if not behind his back, then by his side. He does everything he can to get, oh well, similar to the one in the first half, I think. Certainly struck the arm.
Everton supporters have not seen their team win here in the Barclays Premier League since September the 20th, when they defeated Blackburn Rovers. 6 Premier League games at Goodison without a win for Everton. Now they're facing 10-man Burnley. Billy Aletniok picking out Hibbert. Cross was deflected. Out by Duff. Run back by Osman. On by Neville. Billy Aletniok! Shot was deflected behind for a corner.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you're playing against 10 or 11 men. That type of play down the right-hand side is absolutely magnificent. It results in this, an opening again for Billy Aletniok, and again there's a block on which protects Brian Jensen's goal, but the pressure is on now.
Heitinger with a corner kick. Fellaini didn't quite connect properly.
No, how often do you see them going in though? He's not got a clean contact, went to shin it, and he's just blocked it into the ground, and Jensen just wary that it's not looping over his head. Always going too hard, keeper's comfortable.
Clock ticking down, just over 10 minutes remaining at Goodison Park. Everton 0, Burnley 0. Burnley reduced to 10 men. Stephen Jordan dismissed for 2 yellow cards.
For once there, Billy Aletniok and Yakubu not on the same wavelength. So often he's had it to feet there, Yakubu.
Eagles, has he got the pace to get beyond Neil? The answer is no. Hibbert gets moving for Everton again, so to Billy Aletniok. Fletcher with Heiting.
Kubu does look very, very tired now after his long layoff.
Both teams want to make a change now. Stephen Thompson is set to come on for Burnley here, and it will be the hard-working Stephen Fletcher who's going off. Deserves a rest for this last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's a substitution that Colin Cole makes an awful lot. There's no reflection on the way he's played. In fact, you know, it's an acceptance how hard he's worked.
Show your appreciation for Diniar Bilyaletdinov being replaced by the
Bilyaletdinov is off for Everton, replaced by James Vaughan, who last scored 2 years ago. Returned from a 3-month loan with Derby County, although he featured in only 2 games after being injured back in September. Missed the bulk of last season as well because of a knee injury which required surgery. And on for Burnley here, Steve Thompson, who's replaced Stephen Fletcher. Vaughan. Easily away from the initial challenge there from Calvenis. In by Hibbert, left by Yakubu, rather strangely.
Good ball in from Hibbert. And you've just seen a glimpse there of James Vaughan and the power and the pace that he possesses.
Fellaini, now Pina. Fellaini again. Yakubu's there and can't connect, but Vaughan can! James Vaughan makes an instant impression. Everton have had so many injuries, and Vaughan, who's struggled more than most in the last couple of years, has come on here as a substitute and has made the breakthrough. His first goal for Everton for 2 years. And what a moment to get it. Everton in front.
I tell you what, Tony, you've hit the nail on the head. He has had to work harder than any player I know to overcome a series of injuries. It's more great build-up play. Pina's involved. This time the ball in is fantastic. Yakubu tired, misses it. Vaughan doesn't. Onto it in a flash and tucks it away brilliantly. Superb play, lovely awareness, great ball in. Deserves a finish. Handball there as well to try and keep it out. He couldn't. It's in the back of the net. Surely that's a more than welcome 3 points for Everton. Everything was right about that except Yakubu's first finish. Vaughan made sure it ended happily for Everton, and he has worked. I mean, the injuries that he suffered since he was a youngster, nobody deserves it, and he keeps coming back and getting on with it. Brilliant.
His medical record runs into pages, and he's still only 21. Here's Eagles! Howard stretched. Burnley responding immediately.
That was going wide. I think that's a poor decision from Howard. Could have let that go, I'm sure. Instead, Burnley have got a chance to put the ball in the box.
PK made an initial run to the near post. Out by Fellaini. Helped again by the goal scorer, Vaughan. Yakubu. Real tussle there between Yakubu, Mears and Alexander.
Decision's gone against the striker. Could have gone either way, that, couldn't it? Fantastic strength initially to hold off Mears, and then the two of them just got the better of Yakubu. There, the strength to hold off Mears, brilliant. But then, well, as I said, could have been either way, that.
Yakubu picking out Osman. Hibbert now on the charge for Everton. Vaughan waits, as does Yakubu. PK steps in.
Everton don't need to put that ball in the box unless there's an absolute cert of a pass on, because it's just given Burnley the chance to break back at them.
It has been a thrilling encounter. It's so open even now, and you just wonder, as you say, Barry, Everton having gone in front, why don't they just keep the ball?
And also you sense the crowd 1-0 up, 10 men at home, they're still a bit edgy, and they're still, you know, Everton get a massive cheer every time they clear the ball out of their 18-yard box. That's how close this game has been, and it's been a great game as well.
Alexander. Now Mears. Blake. McDonald! Howard at full stretch, and this time he holds on.
Two-footed McDonald can hit it with either foot. This is a good effort. Alexander again finding a bit of time and space. Lovely touch from Blake. Howard would be very, very disappointed to have been beaten by that, but Burnley keep coming.
And Burnley are coming again now with Mears. 2 minutes remaining at Goodison Park. Everton in front. The late show again. That goal from the substitute James Vaughan.
That's unlucky. I think Tyrone Mears has made a great challenge there. Pina didn't quite have the pace to get away from him. I might be wrong, the referee was obviously a lot closer to it than me, but I think that might just be a little harsh on the fullback. He's a fantastic athlete, he's still got lots of running in him, he's caught Pina up. And maybe I think he's taken the ball. Referee may have viewed it as a tackle from behind. He looks a bit bemused. Pina can't get away from him, he's there, he's got in front of him, but Mears keeps coming. And I think he's taken the ball there, to be fair. If the referee views it as a challenge from behind, then so be it, but I think he's unlucky.
Everton now in no hurry to take this free kick. We're inside the last minute of the 90 at Goodison Park. Everton have drawn their last 4 games in the Premier League. Looking for only their 3rd home win of the season, the Premier League season, at Goodison. Here's Pina. Now Yakubu. Fellaini. Excellent save by Jensen.
That's better from Everton. Had the patience to kick the ball, he didn't force the issue. Waiting for the opportunity to develop naturally. And as happens, it came to it came to Fellaini. Pina again heavily involved, and it's another good save from Jensen. I think that was curling inside his right-hand post. Good effort. And Everton just being patient on that left-hand side. Eventually working it into Fellaini in midfield.
As indicated, there will be a minimum of 3 minutes added time.
3 extra minutes at the end of this second half. 90 cracking minutes. Really good holiday entertainment. Vaughan. Decision has gone the way of Burnley. It's a decision which baffled James Vaughan. Hammered away by Jensen, who hasn't got any real distance on that clearance. Neil happy to pick out his goalkeeper. Everton happy to spread the play now, happy to keep possession.
We've got the man advantage, don't forget, and also Burnley trying to chase the game. Everton should really now be able to keep the ball and work their way in.
Yakubu. Now Pina! Oh, what a magnificent finish! And that has finished Burnley.
He deserves that, Stephen Pina, not just for today, but for his performance since he came back from injury. He has absolutely been consistently superb. Give us a smile, David. 2-0, game over, and what a goal. Yakubu's worked really hard, he's shown some great touches. Here's the latest of them. Good strength, again another player running at the defence, and there's Pina lashing that into the near post. Keepers don't like to be beaten there, but when somebody puts the pace on the shot that he has here, no disgrace to Jensen to being beaten there. Perfectly weighted pass, perfect strike just inside the post. May have clipped it on its way in. Game over, and he deserves, he's man of the match again.
God is great. The Everton supporters think that Stephen Pina's not too bad either. Second goal for Everton, finishing off Burnley in second half stoppage time. The first one that Pina has scored in the Premier League this season, another of those who has been troubled by injury. And Owen Coyle's expression showing that Burnley have got their problems as they approach 2010. Tremendous effort by Coyle's team, and that's not a bad effort either by the substitute Thompson.
Well, his team and Owen Coyle and his team will get loads of plaudits and loads of praise for this performance again, and quite deservedly so, because they've played their part in a fantastic game. They've had chances. This was a save that Tim Howard should have let go, I think. They gave Burnley a corner, but it's a long time in the past now. But yeah, Owen Coyle's team, lots of praise, quite deservedly so, but he will know we're still going home empty-handed.
It's Everton who have emerged with 3 points here at Goodison Park after 7 Premier League games without a win. Success at Goodison for only the third time this season, and for the first time since the end of September. James Vaughan, who's returned from injury to feature off the bench in the last 3 games, getting their late first goal, a second following in second half stoppage time from Steven Pienaar, and that after Stephen Jordan had been dismissed for Burnley for picking up his second yellow card. Burnley had their chances, they gave it a real go. David Nugent hit a post in the second half. Kubert hit the post for Everton in the first half. Owen Coyle clearly frustrated, having words there with Howard Webb, the match referee. Burnley, though, have managed just 1 point on their travels. It's 1 draw and 9 defeats now for Coyle's team. And at Goodison Park it has finished Everton 2, Burnley 0.
Deserved it in the end, the way we played throughout the game. Burnley were really resilient, stuck at it. When it went to 10 men, they still stuck at it. So you can see how they've come close in a lot of games and how they've had some good results this season.
It's sometimes more difficult against 10 men as well, isn't it?
Well, it is, but we'd played well against 11 prior to it. We played very well in the first half. We just didn't get the goals to go with our performance.
A mixture of emotions, frustration, anger, because I felt we were worthy of points today. Made it doubly difficult for ourselves going down to 10 men, but still looked a real threat. Had numerous opportunities to score the first goal in the game, and then I felt aggrieved as well at the first goal for Everton, which obviously led to them winning the points, because then we just committed everybody forward trying to get back in the game. But there's no doubt, Yakubu's offside on the line, and it's a difficult one for the referee. He's looking for his assistants to help him out. That's why they're there, and he's not seen that. I mean, the lads hit the shot, and Brian Jensen, my goalkeeper, can't see the ball because Yakubu's standing right in front of him in the goal line. Now, I'm not suggesting for a minute that it wouldn't have went in if Yakubu wasn't there. Who knows? But what I do know is that Brian's not even been able to see that ball, and I think he's just missed it with his toe in an attempt to save it. So certainly felt aggrieved by that. But what we offered as a team, then so many positives to take. And again, yes, it adds to the fact that we've not won away from home again. But if we continue in playing and performing as well as that, and getting a little bit of luck that we all need, then we'll be fine.
James, given the last couple of years that you've had and all the injuries, I mean, there must have been a mighty relief to get out there today and to actually score a goal.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a hard couple of years for me, but today it was a great feeling to get out there and score and hopefully put all of my injuries behind me. Even this season you've been troubled by injury when you went out on loan. Yeah, it was unfortunate. It was only really a minor injury, but it's badly timed, and hopefully I'm over that now and can push on in the rest of the season.
I'm pleased for Ronnie because he's had a rough ride over the last year or two. He's missed an awful lot of development as a young footballer as well with injuries. So to get him back, it's really good for the lad, more importantly, but great for us today. He was in the right place at the right time. When he came on, he offered us something different, and we're just trying to get him back up to full match fitness.
He obviously made it easy for the referee to make his mind up. There was a second booking, and he was probably left with little or no option in that respect. And Stephen knows he should have done better in that situation. I mean, I'd pre-warned him that he had to be careful. He was playing against a very good player, and but he knows he should have done better. We're all on a learning curve. Hopefully he'll learn from that quickly. And having said that, the 10 men then really stuck to their task, and we still look very comfortable in the match.
A sense of frustration on the final whistle when you had a word with Howard Webb. You're not normally that animated at the end of a game.
No, I'm not. I mean, I think I'm always. I like to think I'm honest in my assessment. I like to think I'm balanced in my assessments. And having said that, I mean, the officials do have the most difficult job in football. There's no doubt about that. Maybe apart from managers, but I mean, he was clearly offside, and I was just asking, did the assistant linesman not see that situation to help the referee out? Because it's a tough ask to be a referee at this level. The game is played at such a frantic pace, and there we go.